Hello again, everybody. This is that awesome guy 98 giving you a lesson on how to play Aerith's theme from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I made a video a couple weeks ago of me just playing these song, and yeah, I thought I'd show you how to play it, because for the life of me I couldn't find a video on YouTube, a reasonable video on YouTube that did that. So here you are. Enjoy. Alright, for the first part of the first version of Aerith's song, which is done mostly on the lower part of the neck, so basically from fret 5 down, you're gonna start out in a chord which I don't entirely know what it's called because, well, I don't like chords. I just don't like them. Anyways, so this mysterious chord is third finger on the 4th fret of the D string, first finger on the 2nd fret of the G, and second finger on the 3rd fret of the A. And if you just play that, you get that beautiful, lovely sounding sound. So the first part is basically just picking from low to high. So and then you're gonna go to an A minor chord in open position, and you're gonna pick from high to low. And then you're gonna go back to the mysterious chord, and you're gonna do the same thing, except for this time, as soon as you play the note on the B string, as soon as you play that, you go and that is simply 3rd down to 2nd. So when you play the open on the bottom E string, and then you go back to the 3rd on the B, open B, 2nd B, and then you basically play an A chord, picking from low to high. So when you play it at actual speed, it's and that right there is probably one of the hardest parts of the song, because it's a very, very easy song. And the next part is you go back to the mysterious chord, as I like to call it, and you do the exact same thing. You pick from low to high. Then you go back to A minor, high to low, and then you're going to do a hammer on and pull off on the D string on the 2nd fret and the open. So you're going to go open, you're gonna hammer on and pull off on the 2nd fret. So, and then I like to start at the 2nd fret with my 3rd finger and slide up, and basically you can do it with your 2nd finger, I guess, is you slide up to the 3rd, 2nd, open, 2nd, open, and then I like to just do the octave where you play the D string, and the 7th fret on the G string. It just adds a nice little touch because there's a lot of time between the and the next part. So halfway, I just like to throw in that. And yeah, that's probably the first third of the song right there. And the next part of the song, you're gonna play on the B string, and this is a pattern you're gonna see a lot throughout the song. It's alright, so the next part of the song is also on the D string. It's just a very slow, easy, almost chromatic, not quite. But you're gonna go open, 2nd, 4th. So, and then you're gonna go 4th on the D. And you can either play this 4th on the D, 5th on the D, 2nd on the G, or 4th on the D, open G, 2nd G. So and then the next part, and this is these next 3 notes come up about, it seems, a million times in the song, and that's open on the B string, 2nd fret, and 3rd fret. So that whole part played together is and then you're gonna go back to the open on the B string. After you play that, you're gonna go open on the B, and you're just gonna play a short little G note. And you're gonna do a hammer on and pull off with the 2nd and 4th frets on the G string. So it's yeah, that's a good part of the song right there. So this next part is just basically an F minor chord played, only 3 notes of it though. So you're gonna go starting on the, right after you do the hammer on and pull off on the G string, you're gonna put your 3rd and 4th finger on the 4th fret of the A and D strings accordingly, just like you would in an F minor chord. You're just gonna, don't have to bar it, you can if you want to, but we'll just play from low to high, so from the G string down to the A string. So and then the next part, you go 4th string on the 4th fret on the G string, and you go down to the 2nd, and then open D is the last note. So and then you go back to the F minor, and then once you're done that, you go back to that pattern that I told you about earlier, the open 2-3 on the B string. So you're just going open 2-3 on the B string, and then again you're gonna go slide up to the 3rd on the B, so slide up to the 3rd, to the 2nd, open, and then you're gonna go to the 2nd fret on the G and 4th fret on the D. So next part of it is same thing, sliding up to the third on the B string, second, open. This time we're going to go back to the second on the B string, so it's, and you're just going to lay your finger down flat on the fretboard so you can play the second string on the bottom E, on the high E easily. So it's, you just play that high E twice, or the second fret on the high E twice, so it's, and you go back to that sliding to the third, and you go third, second, open, and second on the G string, and you go shit. And then after you do that, you're gonna go to the back to the sliding up to the third. You can go, and you're just gonna do the 3, 2, open on the B string, and then you're gonna want to bar the third and fourth strings on the second fret. And you play the G string first, and then the D string twice. And then this next part is not really tricky, but as far as this song goes, it's probably the most complex part of this song, which really isn't saying much, but you're going to go start on this. It's really not hard at all. It's, you start on the second fret of the D string, and this is all on the D string, and then you second, fourth, fifth, fourth, second, open. So second, fourth, fifth, fourth, second, open. And then next part is on the fifth fret of the D string again. This is another part that's all on the D string. It's after you play, you're gonna start on the fifth, you go to the fourth, open, second, open. So that's fifth, fourth, open, second, open. And then the last part is, some people like to play this an octave higher, so it's just the same thing. It's just sliding up from the second to the third, second, open, second fret on the G string, second fret on the D string twice, and you're going to play that first, what I call the most complex riff of the song, and you're just going to play that again. You're just going to go, and after that you can either just play the G and B strings open, so it's, or you can do the harmonics. You can go, and yeah, that's pretty well it. I hope I didn't miss anything. Yeah, so there will be I'm going to try and put an anecdote right on my hand here for the part of the second video, and the second part of the video, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope that helped you out a lot.